Good evening, world travelers. Thank you so much for joining me today. I must say that to see such a wonderful crowd, it's not just for you, it's also for me as a speaker, because I don't speak to empty chairs, I speak to you. And it's a different energy. I know that you can watch it in your room, but when you're in the room, in here, right, live, see me talking, I think it makes a bit of a difference also to me and to you as well. So I really do appreciate that you came this evening to join me for this incredible talk, Weird and Wonderful Japan, Mosaic of Surprises and Delights. And I really hope I'll be able to surprise you and also delight you. So my name is Nitza Lowenstein. I come from Sydney, Australia. People ask me, the accent, what's this accent? Well, I've been in Australia since 1977. It's almost 48 years ago, and over 40 years in the same house. We immigrated from South Africa, and we backpacked for the whole year till we arrived to Australia a day before our visa expired. And if you want to hear more, please come and talk to me any other time. I would love to meet you anytime. So I'm a journalist, I'm an historian, a public speaker, and I'm also a marriage celebrant officiating weddings. So when I have dinners with you, I'll show you some wedding photos as well. So you are joining me now on a fun tour of Japan, and this is really fun tour that many tourists actually miss out because they don't know about it and they don't see behind these incredible shrines and temples. So let's talk about all these interesting things in Japan. So we'll see the bizarre side of Japan beyond the temples and beyond these busy streets and magnificent shops. So we'll talk about, we already talked about the iconic culture and tradition. We covered the geisha, the shido, the writing, the sumo wrestling, the martial art, but there's so much more to Japan than that you'll be surprised to hear. So Japan places really great importance on etiquette and customs, which might seem unusual to outsiders. So, but these practices run deep in the culture and are key to Japanese society, all these rituals. So bowing, not like this, but like that. In Thailand, for example, they go like this, but in Japan, they go like that. And now you ask, do you bow like that, like that, like that? Well, our tour guide told us today, when a husband came from work very, very late one evening, and to apologize to her, he actually gave a very, very deep bow to show that he's very, very sorry. So bowing is actually, it shows of respect, gratitude, and depends who you talk to and what is the occasion. And it is part of the culture. And as I said, representing whatever is suitable at the time. It's the hierarchy. If you are talking to an older person or is you more important than you, you will bow lower. So that etiquette is really essential, and young people also following it today. So it expresses everything, also apology. For this tour guide, she said he really apologized. She had to accept his apology because he went very low. So it's very old tradition in Japan. Now, body language is also very important. I think in the West, we also have body language. I talk to you also with my hands. I look at you. I try to interact with you as I'm talking to you now. But for example, there are a few things you wouldn't do in Japan. You would not point with your finger, or never ever point with your finger. You can point with your hand, for example, and you can use like your hand like that, and you can see on the screen in front of you all sorts of etiquette By the way, in Korea also they went like that. When it's wrong, they go like this as well. So the Korea, I found it the same body language as in Japan. So you go hello, goodbye, and you can see it on the screen. And by the way, you are very welcome to take photos if you fancy something or you want to remember something. Now, exchanging business cards in Japan is formal, respectful ritual. You're not just giving for your business card for somebody just to see your name. It's important to handle the card carefully and offer them with both hands to show politeness and professionalism when you give your business card. So you'll receive the business card. Please take a moment to look at it. Don't just put it in your wallet or in your pocket. Have a look at it and never write on the cards. Very disrespectful, because you write on the card. I mean, you write this is the personality. Somebody's giving you a message with the card. You can't just write on it. So this is something like you are disturbing their identity. You don't do that. Now, gift giving in Japan, it's very common to give gifts in Japan, and it's more just exchanging items. It's a way to show gratitude and appreciation and also goodwill by giving a gift. And again, you give a gift with both hands and you receive with both hands. And ladies and gentlemen, if you go shopping, you will find out that they give you also your credit card back in both hands and your receipts in both hands. It's a show of respect. They will never give it to you in one hand. Now, I learned also to accept it in both hands. It's quite interesting. So it's a big deal giving a gift, and they're very carefully wrapped in beautiful papers and ribbon. There is a whole, in a department store, a whole section just to buy wrapping and ribbons. It's quite amazing in Japan that you would never come to anyone with a box of chocolate and give it to them if it's not wrapped beautifully. It's a big deal. I mean, you have to wrap it really beautifully and to show also appreciation, not just giving something. So, let's see why it's not moving, but it will be moving in a second. So, they've got also special dates that they give gifts, like for New Year, 1st of January, and also mid-year, 15th of July. At work, they give gifts to the workers. And also when you give a gift to a group, you don't leave out anyone. And you don't necessarily have to choose different gifts for different people, as long as you give a gift for everyone. So if you have a business meeting in Japan and you know you're going to meet 5 people, don't just bring one gift to the main person there. So also weddings. Do you know why weddings are so expensive in Japan? Because the bride and groom, besides having to finance, or the parents, to finance a big banquet and special clothing, they have to buy gifts for their guests. You go to a wedding, you get a gift, and it's got to be a valuable gift and also in a beautiful wrapping. I told you I do weddings, and I had quite a few Japanese couples coming with the whole family to get married in Sydney. I officiated their wedding, and they say it's cheaper to fly to Sydney from Japan, bring the whole family, than having a whole wedding in Japan. So that's just to show you. So removing shoes. Also, it's very, very important in Japan. It's not just for cleanliness. They've got these tatami mats. And if you walk with shoes on those tatami mats inside the house or inside a space that is considered home, you'll ruin those tatami mats. And they take it to an absolute, to an extreme, because in a big department store, I was trying to try a hat. I like hats. And there was near the mirror, it was like an open area that you can look in the mirror. And she told me to take my shoes off when I got closer. So I thought, my God, no. I said, okay, I can see myself from this distance. So as I said, you can see what the tatami mats look like, and they sit on it, they lie on it, but they have special slippers that they wear inside. And another thing is maintaining silence on public transport. You go by train, buses, and in the big cities, they are so crowded. And you won't hear people talking on the phone. I only live 10 stops from city centre in Sydney. And the other day, I mean, very seldom I take the train. I like driving. And I had to go into the city. And the woman in front of me was talking about her love life and what she did with the boyfriend the night before. I could not comprehend it. I said to my husband yesterday, look at it. People looking on the phone, but nobody talks on the phone. It's disrespectful. You respect somebody else's space. In a crowded society like that, there is respectful for your personal space. So it's harmony, respect, and the need for peaceful, organized public spaces. It wouldn't happen that you'll hear somebody shouting on the phone the whole conversation for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So observing silence is very, very important. I found that many places in Asia, like in Singapore, they don't talk on the phone. Everybody's on their phone, but they don't talk on the phone. Now, chopsticks are more than just utensils. I told you food when I spoke about traditions and customs. The food presentation is so important in Japan. The utensils, I mean the chopsticks, very, very important. They symbolize also grace, precision, and respect. And you can see they sell them in a shop. They're quite expensive if you buy really good ones because people keep them. You don't throw them in the bin after one use. And you never point with the chopsticks to anyone. You don't like talk with your hands with pointing the chopsticks, and it's very impolite. And there is a whole culture around what to do with chopsticks, how to hold them, and to also where you finish, where to put them down. And you see that you can't put chopsticks like that in a rice bowl or anywhere because it's disrespectful. It resembles a funeral customs, by the way. That's right, superstition. And crossing chopsticks also is considered unlucky. It also mimics the burning of incense at the funeral. So you see they've got lots of superstitions in Japan. Now, one dining custom that confuses the outsiders is loud noodle slurping. You eat the noodle. Yes, well, travelers, this is very polite because you show appreciation to the chef. You like those noodles, they are tasty. And by making this noise, you tell the chef that it's really delicious. But they also believe that it enhances the flavor of the noodles. Now, I'm very adventurous when it comes to food. I like to try cuisines all over the world. But one thing I will not try is the fugu fish. The blowfish, which considered the delicacy. It's expensive, it's priced, delicacy, it's got delicate taste and texture. I can live without trying it. And I can tell you why. It contains a potent toxin, more deadly than cyanide, that delicious fish. But this toxin, it's in the organs, in the liver and ovaries. So preparing fugu safely requires specialized training because it can leak into the meat. And you have to have a special license to prepare this fish. And the chefs carefully remove those toxic parts while preserving the edible flesh. And I always wondered how many accidents they have, but they don't really report. So Japan, it's it leads in robotics and automation. There is a good reason when I'm going to talk about the economy in Japan, you'll find out I'm going to talk how it's actually emerged from the ashes of the atomic bomb, and today been very solemn day and yesterday for those of you that went to the Peace Park and the museum. So you could see the devastation. And there was a lot of devastation around Japan. Not just, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, they're hit by the atomic bomb, but the rest of Japan also. I mean, there were lots of bombing and lots of unemployment, like 15% unemployment, or 25% straight after the war. Now there is hardly 2.5% unemployment in Japan. And they need actually to develop and innovate robotics because they don't have enough manpower. 2.5% means that there's a shortage of labor. The 2.5% unemployment I'm talking about. So robotics, they love it, from robots, hotels to humanoid companions. And somebody in the last cruise I was, somebody arrived with a dog, a robot dog, carrying it around, making noises and pretending to eat. It was quite amazing that a little robot dog the lady was carrying around in her bag. Good companion. And so they've got robotic hotels also. They've got these robot hotels where automation is the key to the guest experience, and robots greet the guests. Yes, they even bow to the guest at the reception. They carry the luggage, and even they clean the rooms. This is the robot hotels, very famous. And the receptionist, look at that, she's a robot. And you can find them at airports also, and train stations. And they provide information, they answer questions, and now with the artificial intelligence, they really developed it a step further. So they're quite independent, those robots, humanoid robots. So the humanoid robots are designed to look like humans. They are, I think, sometimes prettier than most humans. And they replace also human ability. And with human-like appearance, they create to perform tasks similar to those that people do. Look at the figures. I mean, they're always so good looking with the most incredible figure. Now, they use, as I said, artificial intelligence now, and they adapt to situation, and they can make decisions now. They are so developed there, and they use them a lot. I'm not talking about tourists or the industry, the hotel industry. They use them in healthcare, in hospitals, and they use them everywhere they can, and they become really very, very important in Japan. Now, they've got robot restaurants. Welcome to the future. The robot restaurant mix tech, high-tech, entertainment, and dining all together. So the robot serves you, you order with the screen, of course, and by a laptop. You put your order, and they will bring you the dinner, and even they will dance and entertain you while you eat. And they're very, very popular also. You see them in the big cities, in Tokyo, in Kyoto, and in Osaka, a lot in Osaka, and it's quite interesting. So, capsule hotels. I don't know if you heard about capsule hotels. They are very popular, budget-friendly, an option in a major city, especially near transport hubs. Because when a businessman goes from city to city and he needs also only one a cheap place for the night, and he's not a managing director of a company, he's a technician or something, they will book him in this hotel. They offer very small sleeping pods with mattress, pillow, and often include the television, lighting, and power outlets. This is, look at that. And they actually maximize space and privacy. Very cozy sleeping area. If you're claustrophobic, forget about it. And I think that it looks like a coffin in a way. So, but they've got also communal. You said, hey, what's about going to have a shower? Don't worry, they think about it as well. They've got communal bathrooms, lockers for your suitcases, and shared common spaces for relaxation and socializing. Just so you go in, you close, and you are in your private space there. Now, love hotels. Love hotels are very big in Japan. It's not that somebody is taking his lover to a hotel behind his wife's back. A lot of young couples go to love hotels, married couples, and that creates romantic atmosphere for couples with themed room. You can choose which one you go to, designed for privacy and relaxation. And you know, they've got provocative image. Love hotel, they call it love hotel. They are very, very popular. Now, if you ask yourself why they're popular in Japan, do you know they live in tiny apartments or tiny houses, and sometimes they live 3 generations under one roof. And did you see the thin walls that separate between, or those sliding doors? So sometimes couples want privacy, and that's what it is for. And they want to enjoy romantic moments without the mother-in-law listening there. So these are the love hotels, and I saw quite a few of them. I would not spot them, but I was driving from Tokyo back to Narita Airport, and on the freeway on the side, there were quite a few love hotels. Interesting. Now, vending machine. You've already been to Japan a few days. You saw those vending machines. It's a vending machine culture with more than 5 million machines offering almost everything under the sun. I saw these matcha ice creams. I was looking yesterday at the port. They've got a vending machine with an unbelievable selection of ice creams. You'll find everything in those vending machines, from soft drinks, snacks, cigarettes, alcohol. They're talking about more than 5 million around Japan, and even sell meals and fresh produce. People rush from work, they get off the station, and late at night they stop at the vending machines. And let me tell you, they always work. They don't break down. If they break down, it will be maybe for, I don't know, they fix them so quickly, and they're always well stocked. They look after them. Now, I don't know if you notice these girls walking like that in the street. If you've been in Tokyo, I've seen quite a lot of them. They call it kawaii culture. Nothing to do with Hawaii. Absolutely. I mean, it sounds a bit familiar, but kawaii in Japanese means cute. It's a cute culture. Adorable, cute. And it's originated in Japan already in the 1970s. And since then, kawaii culture has grown into a major phenomena, popular both in Japan, and they export it also. You'll see it in other places around the world, with many embracing this style. I mean, you see these ladies with blonde, pink hair, Japanese ladies. And I stayed, last time I was in Tokyo, near Shibuya Station, which is a fantastic place to stay in Tokyo because you are right next to this amazing station, can take you all over Japan. And I saw in a shopping center, I walked in, there were special shops designated just to sell this merchandise, cute merchandise. I tried one and I decided I'm too old for that. I think it's got an age limit, this cute culture. I don't need to look cute anymore. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's not just cute in clothing. and your appearance. It's in fashion, in food, in entertainment, and even mascots. It's all in this culture, this bright colors, design, and it appeals to me, I think, most ages, I said. And Hello Kitty is part of this. And even government branding, they use this cute culture. Pikachu, you saw this Pikachu from Pokemon franchise that began in the 1990s. It's hugely popular in Japan. They exported it outside the overseas as well because it's a cultural icon in video games, TV shows, movies, merchandise, parades, theme cafes and exhibitions. You'll see that. And Pikachu is also widely used in advertising and making it one of Japan's most beloved fictional characters. Again, I was in Tokyo. I went to Takashimiya, which is one of the biggest department stores. And at the top level, I always go to the top level of department stores. There are always some surprises there, either sales or some events or selling different merchandise. And then I saw what's going on. I saw thousands of mothers and little children because there was this Pikachu exhibition there at the top of, that was in August in Takashimiya in the department store. So cats, they're crazy about cats in Japan. They hold special place in the culture, symbolizing charm and also independence. So they appear in art, literature, and in media. And the lucky cat, or Meneki Neko, is very, very popular symbol, believed to bring good fortune. And you can see it in the shop with the raised arm. Did you see if you walk into the shop, you'll see this lucky cat. But be careful of the bad cats. The black ones are not always liked in Japan. Now, Hello Kitty. It's amazing that you see this on trains. Hello Kitty is also a beloved icon in Japan, more than just a character. She's a cultural phenomenon, this Hello Kitty, symbolizing cuteness, positivity, friendship, and her influence spans fashion, entertainment, and everyday products. You see Hello Kitty. Now, Kitty White, created by Sanerio, it was created by a really brilliant man in 1974, is a cute white cat with a red bow on her left ear. Look at she's got always something on her left ear. And round face, but she doesn't have a mouth. No mouth. And she appears on a wide range of merchandise, from toys to clothing, and her items are collectible. The people collect Hello Kitty because she dresses differently, and different type of Hello Kitty keep on popping out. Now, maid cafes. This is another craze. They offer a unique dining experience with themed theatrical setting. Look at this. Waitresses dressed in French-made costumes that will serve the guests with a mix of politeness and playfulness, entertaining guests with singing, dancing, and interactive games. I always wonder if they learn to sing in French as well, to play the part. Now, they offer really, you ask where does this come from, these maid cafes ideas? It's originally created to stand out in a competitive market. They're very creative, the Japanese, and they've since become cultural icons, and locals love them and also tourists love them. Now, Cat's Cafe. I don't think you'll catch me in one of those cafes. Just the smell, can you imagine? Surrounding by so many cats. So Cat's Cafe let you enjoy drinks and snacks while spending time with cats. You can pet the cats, you can talk, feed them, and they are very popular, especially in the big cities, because people love cats, and sometimes they can't afford keeping a cat, or their apartment is too small to keep a cat. So they go and play with cats in those cafes. Kit Kats. Did you try the Kit Kats in Japan? There are hundreds of flavors. Ladies and gentlemen, wasabi, just you tell me, mustard. Whatever you want, you will find it. Sweet potato, sake, and blending sweet, savory, and that's reflecting Japanese creativity. And I don't know, I mean, I bought my grandchildren, they weren't impressed with the matcha one, with the green tea one. They like the orange Kit Kat. So if you buy for your grandchildren or children, maybe don't be so adventurous, stick to don't buy the matcha, the green one. And definitely not the wasabi. Now, superstitions in Japan, this is quite amazing. How about superstition? Yes, they are very superstitious. The number 7 is considered lucky and symbolizes good fortune. These are the 7 lucky gods, represent prosperity, wealth, and joy. And the number 4, it's also like the Chinese. They don't like number 4 because they pronounce it as she. 4 is she, and it's similar to the word death. So you don't want number 4. And this is what we avoid. Number 13, they avoid number 4, leading to many buildings to skip the 4th floor. Instead of 4, you'll find 3A. So, and also in classroom, license plate, you don't want a license plate with a 4. Definitely not. Now, fortune telling, divination, very important in the culture, offering guidance and also comfort. Many believe divine forces can provide insights into their lives and fulfill their wishes. You see, outside the temples, outside the shrines, it's quite incredible. So these are Emma, the wooden wish plaques at shrines and also temples. In Japan, and visitors, you can write your wish on them and hang them on the shrine. So this is one way. So people used to actually put wishes on them, and they're still today, and to seek divine guidance and for things like exam success, finding love, or overcoming challenges. And this is omikuji. Omikuji are found also at shrines, a temple in Japan. So you pay about 100 yen, less than $1. You put it in and you draw a paper, and it tells you your luck. And that strip of paper will predict various aspects of your life, health, relationship, etc. and more. So these are the white ones. Now, you ask me why they are hanging there, all those white ones. Because if you got a bad omikuji, you tie the paper strip there, you don't take the bad luck with you. You leave it behind. That is all those white ones that are left behind from people that, so this is symbolism that bad luck left behind and you're not carrying it with you. The only trouble with us, we can't read Japanese, so if you take omikuji, you don't know if it's good or bad. And I took one and I tried to get a translation, but it was so ambiguous. You could translate it either way, so it's very different. Now, it's especially during New Year, they take that. It's very, very popular. Now, you ask me, young people, are they superstitious? I was at a very famous shrine today on the islands, and there was a huge queue, not us, of school children. I mean, I didn't have time to stand in the queue because they were buying charms, good luck to pass an exam or not to have a car accident or whatever they wanted. You can buy which one you want. And these were all 10, 12, 13, 15 years old buying those charms. Now, the astrology is also very important. It will analyze your birthday time and the very sign that you were born with. So this is based on ancient Chinese traditions and helped understanding the timing of your major events in your life. What is auspicious time? You always consult this. And the Japanese astrology help determine lucky and unlucky date. They really believe in it for events like weddings, even funerals. You have to have a lucky date for a funeral. And also business activities. So it guides your important decisions and planning. So you can see that all that is part of life today in Japan. There is modern fortune telling as well, practices like tarot reading. In Yokohama, I went into Chinatown and there were lots of tarot reading. And people going there, not tourists, locals, went for this tarot reading. And they've got haunted spots. Like this is a special forest. They call it the suicide forest in one of the islands. And if you are looking for an adventure and want to meet a ghost in your lifetime, you go to that island to meet the ghosts. It's got tunnels and ancient temples that they have lots of ghostly tales. So inviting visitors to explore these eerie sites. Onsen. Onsen in Japan, the hot spring, very important part of the culture, known for the healing properties and also relaxation, improved circulation and relief from muscle pains. Now, Japan hot springs are a result of its location, as you know, on the Pacific Ring of Fire, where volcanic activity creates these natural baths. It's all over Japan. In onsen, bathing naked is customary. You're not allowed to go with bathing costume. With separate areas for men and for women. And before you enter the onsen, you have to actually shower and clean yourself. You go clean into the onsen and you rinse yourself, and inside you can only take a very small cloth with you. That size, not even smaller than the face cloth we get here. I don't know what you can cover with that, but this is to wash your face. So many onsens are actually set in scenic spots like mountains, rivers, or oceans. And it's really magnificent. If you have a chance to go to an onsen, I highly recommend it. We went to an onsen in the mountains and it was quite cold, and inside was really hot. And it was some experience that you won't have it at home. Now, karaoke. We all know what karaoke. It's both fun and social activities, entertainment. It allows people to express themselves, sing like Elvis Presley, and connect through music. And deeply rooted in Japanese culture, karaoke brings together people from all ages to sing, to celebrate, and create memories. So, do you know what it means in Japanese? Karaoke means empty orchestra. And it began in Japan. It comes from Japan in the 1970s. It's instead of the juke machine that we have in the West, and originally for singing along pre-recorded music, it's now enjoyed worldwide. I mean, you have karaoke everywhere. And pachinko, play pachinko. only in Japan. That's something else they did not manage to export is the pachinko parlor. A pachinko is the popular arcade game in Japan combining elements of pinball and slot machines. And played on vertical machines like that, it dedicated parlor, its unique form of gambling with deep culture roots and distinctive history. Look at that. The pachinko player launches steel ball through a maze of pins and obstacles, aiming to land in winning pockets. And success, let me tell you, you won't get 100,000 if you win. You get extra balls, or you get little presents, priceless rubbish. Quite honestly, because the idea is to play. And it's very, very addictive. It's very popular, an important industry in Japan, and it sparks debate because husbands used to go just for 5 minutes to relax after work and forget to come home. They arrive after midnight, they sit in front of these machines. There are really lots of divorces in Japan over this pachinko. So this is to encourage gambling, but they can't really get rid of it. It remains unique and enduring part in Japanese culture. And as I said, in Shibuya, near Shibuya Station, there are quite a lot of pachinko parlors. And I remember the first time we visited Japan, I was very young there in 1986. We all were young in 1986. We went into this pachinko parlor and I was mesmerized. I could not believe people sit there like that for the whole night. And the noise is deafening. It's noisy. The machines are noisy. And hundreds of them. And you try and get a chair there. They're always full. Now, I don't have to introduce you to the Toto toilets. They're featuring automatic lifting covers, bidets, heated seats, dryers, everything. And some play even flashing sounds to cover noise. Yes, if you go into a toilet and you hear flashing sound continuously, it's not because somebody next door is flushing the toilet. It's playing the sound so nobody can hear you, whatever you're doing. If you go to a private house or even in a public place, be careful. You can't read the instructions. You can have a nice shower if you're not careful. So you'll also they wear special slippers when they go to the bathroom. Different slippers than in the house. So if you visit a Japanese home, they will give you different slippers when you go to the toilet. Now, Japan is one of the largest consumers of paper for manga. Do you know what manga is? There are comic books or graphic novels with millions of copies sold each year. Today I read on my iPad. There are bookstores in Japan. You ask yourself, in the West, they're getting smaller and smaller. There are still big bookshops in Japan. They're selling this Manga, and they're appealing to all kinds of readers, to the extent that I went to the Memorial Museum, the Atomic Bomb Museum. I went to the shop. I mean, what can you sell in a museum like that? They sold this kind of books with individual stories of people, of survivors or victims of the atomic bombs. I saw manga there in the shop today. A few books to teach the children. So the manga industry is a significant contributor to global paper consumption. Now, Japan is known, and I already mentioned, for its high life expectancy with an average age of 84 years for men and 94 years for women. And longevity is, they said, there are lots of reasons. They've got good healthcare system, healthy lifestyle, and also social practices that help longevity. So you see many old people in Japan. And also that they said that it's the diet, they eat a lot of fresh food. They don't consume the food that we eat in the West. So a lot of fresh meat or fish, which is important. And also stressless life. I told you about the tea ceremony. Who's got patience to sit there? But when you actually take a break and you relax, it helps your longevity. And that's why you come on a cruise, to relax and enjoy life also. So respect for elder also is a core value in Japan, rooted in history, philosophy, and social traditions. It reflects the interaction, the language, gesture, bowing, how they treat the elderly people. They honoring their ancestors, they're honoring the living elderly people in Japan. They respect their life experience, and for their wisdom and experience they are respected. And the family structure is that you always look after the elderly people, and children from young age are taught to respect older people. Now, over 25% of Japan, we are talking about more than 125 million people, so 25% is a lot. It's over the age of 65 in Japan, with the birth rate at historic lows, very low birth rate in Japan. It's negative growth at the moment. And so at the moment, I already mentioned that adult diapers or nappies are produced, more of them than baby nappies. They're produced for adult nappies. There is a big demand for it. Less demand for baby nappies, there is a less demand. So the demographic shift is impacting industries like food, retail, and hygiene in Japan. So you can't talk about wonderful, unique Japan without mentioning the Shinkansen, the bullet train. I remember when I was in '86, we took the bullet train from Tokyo to Osaka and then to Kyoto. It was like, we actually went to Hiroshima with the bullet train, thinking about it. And it was like a miracle. Never seen anything like that in Australia before, or anywhere in Europe we traveled before. So that was since 1964 they had the bullet train. It goes 320 kilometers per hour. You've got it in Europe, you've got it in China, but it started in Japan in 1964, the bullet train. So, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your adventures in Japan, a land full of captivating surprises, as you know, from traditional customs and culinary delights to modern marvels. There are lots of surprises waiting for you in Japan. This is my email address if you ever want to write to me. It's very easy. It's like my name.@gmail.com. And please come and talk to me anytime. I'd love to meet you, and I'll see you my next talks. Thank you so much.